scene it has been in Las Vegas this week. UFC International Fight Week, of course, the fights last night with UFC 317, UFC X, and now we're not done yet. SAHARA Theatre is sold out for a matinee show. It's Dave Farrow alongside Justin James. Pleasure to be alongside you. We're going to start things off with the amateurs. Talk about being an amateur fighter, fighting during UFC International Fight Week, under the bright lights in Las Vegas. What are these young athletes feeling right now?
Man, I tell you what, Dave, I'm very fortunate to fight all around the world, and there's something special about fighting in Las Vegas. Now add International Fight Week to that. These young fighters are going to be biting at the bit to show what they can do in the Tuff-N-Uff cage tonight.
And we know the sky is the limit with Tuff-N-Uff. Ronda Rousey's very first fight ever, even as an amateur, was right here in Tuff-N-Uff. So we know where they can go from here. Exciting times. Do you think that's going to lead to just all gas, no brakes, or is there going to be some trepidation from the fighters?
Well, I tell you what, a lot of these guys, you know, coming in with a lack of experience, we're gonna see in real time how they adjust to those nerves. Some guys are gonna be all gas, no brakes, and some guys might play a passive game. That's the beautiful part of this. We get to sit here cage side and watch it all unfold.
Let's watch it happen live. Welcome to Tuff-N-Uff 145 from Las Vegas. It starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Meyer Brothers world-famous future stars of MMA, celebrating 30 years of Tuff-N-Uff from the beautiful SAHARA Las Vegas, live and free on YouTube and Facebook. Tonight, prepare to witness MMA's rising talent, the next big names ready for war, live and now. The cage is open for business. Let's get to work. Making their way to the blue corner, Austin Peters.
I'm going for the goal. My heart is in control. My mind is on succeed. And I am
what Austin Peters is doing, but I love the confidence of this young man. Asked where he is going to be in 5 years from now, he said, I see myself as a double champ, both middleweight and welterweight class, guaranteed. Wow.
I tell you what, Dave, that's a bold statement, especially making your amateur debut. But you know, he does come with a lot of experience. He says he's a black belt in karate. He switches his stance regularly. I'm really looking forward to see what Austin does, and especially when these 0-0 guys, we don't know what to expect. And as we talked about in the open, handling and dealing with those nerves of your first fight, he looks calm, cool, collected, and ready to get the job done.
Yeah, you know, when he was asked what scares him the most, he said, losing when everyone's counting on me. But he also said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So you got to eventually get out of the gym and get into the cage, and that's exactly what he is doing for the very first time tonight. Obviously, being International Fight Week, as we talked about just moments ago, it's a perfect time to make a debut. Like, you want to jump onto the stage, this is a big stage to do it on.
I mean, this is not only a big stage, this is the biggest stage, in my opinion, besides being in the UFC. We talk about International Fight Week, we talk about Tuff-N-Uff. This is the route to the UFC, I believe.
By day, he works over at Harry Reid International Airport here in Las Vegas as a TSA guy. So you know that he's already having to deal with stuff on a daily basis. Get into the cage and fighting, this is the payoff, man. This is easy.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, man. And like I said, for him being his debut, being at the SAHARA, being in Vegas, he looks ready. He looks calm. And, you know, a lot of guys holding that composure as he's walking to the cage. I mean, this guy's ready to go.
As Justin said, the cage is open for business, and here is Austin Peters. Let's meet his opponent.
Guillermo Prieto.
Guillermo Prieto also making the walk right now, fighting out of Las Vegas, 6'3" and 185 pounds. He's got the ability to kind of do it all, but he's still very young in his career too. He's 1-1. He won a fight by a TKO. He lost via an armbar, so kind of a mixed bag. We don't know exactly what we're going to see from him or how he's going to approach somebody that's got a karate black belt, but that's the joy of fighting. We're going to find out right now. Really wants to see himself in 5 years from now on a big stage as well, and as we said, this is the perfect place to get that start. But, you know, as he's walking out and getting ready here, he also has a very calm demeanor about him. And I think that's just a testament to the evolution of how good the MMA gyms around the country, and especially here in Las Vegas, have got. Even these fighters were very early on in their amateur careers, seem to walk into this cage fully prepared.
Yeah, I tell you what, well, when you come from a gym like Freestyle MMA, you know that you're going to be ready to go, man. You look at the corners he has with him. You got Gokor over there in his corner. And, you know, looking at his base, he has a wrestling base. So we have that typical, you know, showdown of wrestler versus karate practitioner. I expect Prieto to try to get this fight to the ground quick.
And he said he's been preparing for this fight for over 6 months now. As you mentioned, he started wrestling early on in high school, and then right after that, he got into mixed martial arts. So seeing him be able to step into the cage and showcase his skills, looking forward to it. Here we go with fight number 1 of Tuff-N-Uff 145. Tale of the tape brought to us by the U.S. Marines. 28 and 30 years old, Austin a couple of years older, and the reach, 1-inch advantage going to Prieto. So very excited to see these two. They're excellently matched. Let's get things going. Justin Bernard is going to bring us in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-Uff middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His practice is karate, making his amateur MMA debut tonight. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 182.8 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Austin, the Shoto Peters. And in the red corner, he's a wrestler with an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 189.4 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Guillermo Prieto. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Matthew Beeman.
3 2-minute rounds is our format, and we talk about it all the time, Justin. That means you have to work, and you have to work fast.
I tell you what, those 2 minutes go by real fast. Kind of takes the advantage for the wrestler because he gets you down, man. You don't have a lot of time to get out and get the wrestler. Nice shot, nice single leg transitions to a double, big lift.
Well, you said Prieto was going to go for that takedown early on. 10 seconds in, he does exactly that. Now, what do you do if you're Peters on your back, you're dealing with a wrestler who's got pedigree going all the way back to high school?
Yeah, I tell you what, well, again, going back to that short time, we only have 2 minutes to work here, so he needs to work on getting up. Right now, I see he has his legs crossed, he's locking his bottom, he's essentially holding on to position, and that is just not something you want to do in this position with someone like Prieto on top of you.
Maneuvering around the cage, kind of pushing back away from the fence. Very aware there by Prieto. Didn't want to give Peters an opportunity to push off that cage and possibly get back to his feet, and just being heavy on top of him.
Yeah, there's no question. I'd really like to see Peters start digging like a right underhook here. Well, he doesn't want to get that arm trap. Ooh, big shots from Prieto.
And now he's starting to give up his back a little bit. And
see
let's
that
see
backside wrist ride.
Yep.
Has that arm trapped. This is bad. This is really bad for Peters. One of my favorite positions, battling in half guard with that backside wrist ride. Lost the wrist ride, but still in a great position.
Yeah, really nice job, I mean, for being so early on in his amateur career here. The control on the ground to be able to land significant strikes while not giving up position. Nicely done so far here in round number 1 by Prieto. Down to our final 30 seconds of our first fight here at Tuff-N-Uff 145, and all control in the red corner right now with Prieto continuing to be heavy on top, Justin.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's Peters needs to see some urgency and really start trying to get up right now. It seems like he's trying to give up his back. He's just not doing the right things to get up right now, but hopefully going in the second round, he's going to make some adjustments and come on stronger. Ooh, back to that backside wrist ride, taking some damage here in the last 10 seconds, Dave.
Yep, final seconds of round number 1, and Peters still trying to get back to his feet, unable to do it, and Prieto ends it with another punch to the face.
I tell you what, I did like, and there's 10 seconds left. He almost got up, but man, I tell you what, having someone like Prieto on top of you is tough.
Tuff-N-Uff 145 coming right back.
Diners, the Nevada Style Pub invites you to play the best tavern keno and video poker in Vegas. Promos are how we roll, so make the most of your gaming dollars here with us. Come play in our ongoing gaming promotions and receive daily free play, bonuses, and more, with a chance to win Knights, Raiders, and Aviator tickets and big money with all those jackpots. It's not only the great gaming that Diners Pub has, it's the 24 awesome rotating draft beers and best appetizers to match. So join us in watching your baseball Aviators and all your home sports teams as we make history in Vegas. Diners, the Nevada Style Pub at 8410 West Cheyenne, 1750 North Buffalo, and Las Vegas Boulevard and Windmill. Steiner's. I love this place.
Getting set for round number 2, live from Las Vegas. In round number 1, it was all Guillermo Prieto, Austin Peters. Got to figure out how to stay off of his back. The question is, when you're dealing with a wrestler who's aggressive and they're going for that takedown, it only took 10 seconds in the first round. That's the key to victory here, right, for Peters. He's got to stay off the mat.
Yeah, there's no question about it, that man. But look at the size of this guy. 6'2", weighed in 189 pounds. This is a big man. He's going to be hard to keep off. Ooh, goes for the side kick, gets his back taken on immediately.
And instantly body locks him, dragging it back to the ground. Peters trying to fight it off. Prieto trying to pick that ankle.
Nice job for Peters trying to stay up. Hasn't been taken down just yet in this second round, but not in a great position here.
There he goes. And that shoulder directly into the side of the head as well, and back in control here on the ground in round number 2 is Prieto.
Yeah, and you see Peters, he's holding on now. He's hugging down. I don't know if he's hoping the referee's going to stand him up maybe, but I need to see some urgency out of Peters. He definitely lost the first round. He's losing the second round here. I need to see some urgency of him trying to get back to his feet instead of holding on, because, again, like we talk about, these are only 2-minute rounds.
Prieto did a good job in that first round of being able to land a lot of punches, even though he was in the top position there. And Peters was trying to get back to his feet. Never once did he lose control. In half guard here, he's not punching as much here in round number 2.
Yeah, now we're going to see if he can create some space here. You can see him fishing that left hand around. I believe he's trying to get that backside wrist ride once again. Such a dominant position.
Pinning that arm
Peters
back.
trying to come up.
Yep.
Looks like he's trying to use that right underhook. Uh-oh. We having a submission attempt here.
Got
Falls to the side here.
Looks like it's pretty
It's
tight.
tight if you can get him to the side.
Yep.
Peters fights through his knees, though.
And Peters gets out of it, but then the Prieto nicely done there, going for the back.
Oh, comes out the
Peters
back.
back to his feet.
This is what Peters needs. Prieto taking a deep breath here.
He's exerted a lot of energy. Let's see what Peters can do.
Peters has a chance here. 10 seconds. Oh, big miss to the double. Oof. You can hear that through the headphones. That was a big shot.
And round number 2 comes to a close. And once again, Prieto dominant in round number 2, but we're not done yet. Round number 3 is coming up live from Las Vegas for Tuff-N-Uff 145.
$46,000 ATMs that won't charge you a fee with One Nevada.
Third and final round as we get our fight card started here in Las Vegas this afternoon. I'm kind of digging the matinee fights. What are you feeling?
Yeah, man,
It's nice.
It's nice. We're gonna go outside. And it's still gonna be light out.
I
man.
know.
We got the rest of the day to do what we need to do. So I'm gonna get unofficial scorecard, Dave. I think you're gonna agree with me. We got 2-0.
Not even close. I mean, you can make an argument, maybe even a 10-9 round, or 10-8 round rather. But either way, 2 rounds for Prieto, and Peters has got to find a way to not get back into this position, Justin.
Yeah, I agree. This is a bad position for Peters, and let's see what he does with his legs here. He keeps his legs open, maybe try to get up, but unfortunately, I just don't think he's doing the right things to get up right now. And I'm sure exhaustion's setting in, man. He has a big guy on top of him. He's getting punched, he's getting beat up, he's getting taken down. I'm sure in his head right now, he's wondering, what do I have to do to get this guy off me? Just as I say that, Prieto starts dropping big hammers on his head.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. I mean, when you're a fighter and you're in the bottom position like this and there's somebody on top of you, you know, some fans will go, oh, well, he's not even getting hit right now. It's fine, but that's just not the case. I mean, you have a big, heavy, almost 190-pound guy laying on top of you. It really takes it out of you.
Yeah, there's no question about that. The exhaustion of just somebody laying on top of you. I know it's lackluster for fans, but I tell you what, being in that position, whether you're pinned against the fence, whether you're on the ground, having a big person on top of you that knows how to distribute their weight like he does, it's exhausting. You can see Peters opening up his half guard here, trying to do something, but might be in a side choke here. If Prieto can pass, I can't see his arm. Nope, he's safe. He's hooking under the head here. I'd like to see him start doing some more damage.
to Peters. Maybe push that knee down and go to mount. See how he can push his left knee down right here and then slice right to mount. I'm not sure why he's sitting half guard instead of going to mount here. He gets to mount, he can finish this fight here, but he's satisfied with staying in half guard, Dave.
3 2-minute rounds, as we said, not a ton of time to work. So right now, Prieto just seems like he's pretty comfortable just riding this thing out, or maybe not. I mean, he is looking for some space here to throw some punches, and let's see if he's actually able to do it.
I think he just said 20 seconds. You know, right here, this is where Evans needs, or excuse me, Peters needs to be pushing away and trying to create space.
Prieto's trying to finish it. He's landing big shots.
Big shots, right? This is where he should have been in mount. Should have been there 30 seconds ago. Could have finished this fight.
And there it is. Fight number 1 of Tuff-N-Uff 145 comes to an end. 3 dominant rounds for Guillermo Prieto.
Classic matchup, striker versus wrestler. And a big wrestler at that, Dave.
Big, powerful wrestler. And, you know, Peters, again, made his debut tonight. Didn't go the way that he wanted to, but he came in here, gave it a shot. And, I mean, you know, that's one of the age-old things. If you are traditionally a striker, you've got to find a way to stay off your back. And unfortunately for Peters, he wasn't able to do it. But Prieto had a game plan, and it worked out perfectly, Justin.
Yeah, I think Peters is going to go rewatch this fight and, you know, make some adjustments and, you know, come back stronger. You know, it's his amateur debut. You know, it's he's still early, very early in his career. He's going to go and realize, I need to work on my wrestling. And I'm sure the next time we see him fight, it's going to be a different fighter.
Love that Prieto knew exactly what he needed to do. Every single round started the same way, where he rushed in, went for that takedown, and was able to get it within the first few seconds. And once it got to the ground, didn't really give the referee an opportunity to stand him up, because he was still laying on enough offense there. So really well executed game plan by Prieto. Justin Bernard making his way into the cage right now for our official announcement. Here they come back to the center of the cage. Here is our official announcement for Tuff-N-Uff 145.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Guillermo Prieto.
Congratulations to Guillermo Prieto. Gets the big win here at Tuff-N-Uff 145. We're coming back from Las Vegas. Dylan Baker making the walk to the cage here in Las Vegas, getting set for his big performance at Tuff-N-Uff 145. Interesting story on this young man. You know, said that he really looks up to his grandfather because he taught him how to be a man and how to be tough. And when asked who his favorite fighter was, he said really likes Alex Pereira because of how mixed martial arts saved his life. And he said, Dylan did, that mixed martial arts saved his life as well. So deep roots in mixed martial arts, really looks up to Alex Pereira because of that storyline, and I just think that that is a really, really cool thing. Works at a donation center for plasma by day, making the short drive from Utah over to Las Vegas. But it's a big moment for him, Justin.
Yeah, there's no question, man, and what a great story. And, you know, he started his career off 0-1, but the perseverance of a warrior. He talks about Alex Pereira, you know, looking up to a true warrior, and he's displaying that right now. Starts his career off 0-1, but shows up for Tuff-N-Uff, ready to go and get that first win under his belt for us tonight.
Yeah, got into mixed martial arts about 5 years ago, said he just got into it to lose weight, and now His hobby has turned into something that he wants to pursue full-time. Excited to have him in the cage tonight. Welcome to Dylan Baker.
Peyton Collins.
Peyton Collins fighting out of Las Vegas. Said he wants to do this to make some money. And that's one of the beautiful things about the storylines of these fighters. You know, we were just talking about how Dylan, his opponent, is all about, you know, giving back to the sport that gave him so much. Other guys just want to be prize fighters, baby. Give me that money. Let's go.
Well, I tell you what, it's really hard to make money in this sport, but it's a lot of fun trying to do it. So, you know, Peyton's coming in, you know, he's 1-0, bring that little bit of experience in here. Try to improve to 2-0. Cut down from 180 pounds, so he is a big lightweight coming in here.
And still relatively young in his career. I mean, you know, as we're talking about with Dylan, you know, he got into it back in 2020, so 5 years in it. Whereas Peyton, only been doing this thing for a year and a half.
He comes from a great gym. You know, he trains at Syndicate. You know, it's our crosstown rival gym. But I tell you what, I give honor where it's due, man. And Syndicate has an incredible coaching staff, and they have a bunch of incredible fighters coming out of that gym. I'm sure Peyton the Great Hope Collins is one of them.
Yeah, Syndicate is such a fantastic gym. I mean, you obviously over at Extreme Couture, I mean, we talk about that on these broadcasts regularly. You know, when you're a young fighter and you're able to join an environment like that, it is such a distinct advantage to somebody that may be living, you know, in middle America and they don't have 6 champions that are currently training at the gym, you know. Let's have Justin Bernard bring us in with our official intros right now here at Tuff-N-Uff 145.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-Uff lightweight division. Introducing to you first in the blue corner. He's a kickboxer and a wrestler, making his amateur MMA debut tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 154 pounds. Fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah, Dylan Baker. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist holding an amateur record, 1 win, 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 159.6 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Peyton the Great White Hope Collins. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Paul Manguel.
Taking a look at our tail of the tape, brought to you by Precision Window Tinting. Obviously 21 and 24 years old. Big reach advantage for Peyton Collins. Let's see if that plays out. Fight number 2 of Tuff-N-Uff 145, and we are set to go live here in Las Vegas. Referee giving him the call right now. 2 minutes on the clock for round number 1. Quickly, Baker comes in, throwing some big punches. Nice job by Collins, not backing away from it, though. Holding his ground right there in the center of the cage. Nice right hand.
Peyton doing exactly what he has to do against the southpaw, setting up that right hand, keeping his front foot on the outside, digging to the body here.
Wow,
Dave.
Collins, a lot of shots. Baker fighting back, but nice movement there by Collins.
Let's watch that right hand of Peyton right here. See if he can set that up again. Ooh, nice teep kick. Oh, there's that right hand.
Boy, he's landing big shots. Those are clean. Good job with the counter punch. Your left hand lands as well. Even those jabs are sneaking through it. Oh, another big right hand and a left. That one looked like it stumbled Baker a little bit. Oh, an uppercut as well.
Goes for the knee there, man. I tell you what, Dylan Baker is tough as a coffin nail here. He's eating some big shots. Nice, big right hand, sets him down. You know, Dylan Baker circling to the power of Peyton. I don't recommend it. Looks for his, big right hand. This guy has bricks in his head. Seems ultimately unfazed by these big, nasty power shots.
Collins, nice precision, though, here in round number 1.
No question. Controlling the center of the cage. Boom, looking for that big right hand again. If I'm Dylan Baker, I need to go away from that right hand. See, he's circling right to it. Nice knee by Dylan.
Collins tying up the action here a little bit. Only 20 seconds to work in round number 1, but pretty dominant so far with the striking by Collins. I'm a little surprised to see him slowing it down.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I think he was dominating on the feet. I'm not sure why he's given Baker a chance to rest here. Look at Baker shooting in for a double. Oh, gets a takedown, Dave.
Almost.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
That was about as close as you can get to a takedown. Coming back from Las Vegas with round number 2. This is Tuff-N-Uff 145.
When you're hurt in a wreck, you want an attorney that'll fight for every dollar you deserve. In many cases, Lerner & Rose recovered 10, 15, 20 times more than the insurance company's original offer. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner & Rose today.
Call 877-1500.
All right, Justin, if you are the coach of Dylan Baker, who we think probably almost certainly lost the first round there, what are you telling him?
I'm telling him we got to set up our takedowns here. You saw him almost get the takedown at the end. I think Dylan Baker might have the advantage in the wrestling, but he has to stay away from that right hand of Peyton as well. He has to start circling to the right, maybe set up his left hand to his shot, put the opposition up against the fence and try to get this takedown. I think he has to do to turn this fight around, Dave.
2 more minutes on the clock. Here we go with round number 2. Both fighters aggressive early on in the first round, and again, oh, that left hook.
Man, that was nasty. Oh,
he drops him.
He's dropped. Referee looking on.
Baker in big trouble right now, and Collins gonna let him get back to his feet and unloads again.
Looking for the big knockout.
That is it.
The referee steps in.
Peyton Collins with a knockout shot here at Tuff-N-Uff 145. What a performance from that young man.
I tell you what a sniper, Dave. From the first round to the finish, finding a home for that right hand and that left hook. It was only a matter of time before he put Baker out.
And, you know, credit where it's due to Baker. A tough guy, ate a ton of shots. Taking a look at the action here from the second round, I mean, he came in with a plan. He knew exactly what that distance was. Justin, let's take a look at some of the highlights here. Tell us what you're seeing.
Man, look at that left hook, man, right on the chin. But you see Baker circling the wrong way, man, just being barrage. Looks for a body shot, but again, eats these big shots as he's coming in. Oh, that left hook that you talked about. There's the finishing sequence. Man, hits him with the right hand as he's falling down, Dave. Clips him again with the left hook. Incredible performance.
Just clean,
by
man.
Peyton, the great white hope Collins.
Collins, great control of the cage. Great precision for his punches. Just perfectly done. He's still in there shadow boxing.
He came ready to fight, man, and he's in shape, ready to go. And I tell you what, Dylan Baker came ready to fight too, man. I think he should have adjusted the game plan, but I think it was a great fight.
Here's Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 22 seconds into round number 2, referee Paul Manguel calls a stop to the fight for the winner by TKO, Peyton, the Great White Hope Collins.
Peyton Collins now 2-0, big TKO victory here in Las Vegas for Tuff-N-Uff 145. Just a phenomenal performance from that young man. Taking you behind the scenes as some of the fighters on our main card got ready for Tuff-N-Uff 145. Let's take a look at Juan Camilo Ronderos, who has been preparing hard for his big moment here in Las Vegas today.
Hey, it's my favorite place in the whole building. It's nothing new. I mean, we all get nervous to a degree, right? But it's more about the outcome than it is the actual fight. To me, the fight's the easiest thing in the whole process. It's 2 months of training, dieting, discipline, food, hard work. The fight's the easiest thing. It's the one I love the most. So, through my mind, it's just fighting. Hey, man, I've been a 4-time amateur Tuff-N-Uff champ. To be able to become the pro 125 champ means the absolute most to me, especially because Tuff-N-Uff is from my city here in Las Vegas, so I'm here to represent. Ooh, gotta love it, bro. It's the only way. That was hard. Oh, yeah. That was hard. That was a warm-up, boys. 100-degree heat, man. That's where men are built. See? Manly man right there. Look at that man. Boom. That's right. Big boy, right? Big boy. That's right. Yes, sir. Hey, main event right there. Let's go. Tough-N-Uff in the house. Man.
Tough-N-Uff in the house.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, baby. Bring back another belt to Extreme. Let's go.
Boys. I got Frenchy, baby. Frenchy. That's my motivation. Every single one of these cats in here working. That's what motivates me. To be better for them. For us.
J-Ron Johnson.
J-Ron Johnson making the walk to the Tuff-N-Uff cage. An interesting storyline on this young man. He said that if you asked him a couple of months ago what he was going to do with his mixed martial arts career, he said, planning on going pro. But he said the last couple of months have actually been really hard on him. He's not so sure anymore. And so when you bring that storyline into it, this could be a defining moment in his career.
Yeah, there's no question. He's come to the cage with 1 win and 2 losses. You know, he gets in here and gets a good win, gets back to 500. That might re-motivate him to pursue this great career of MMA.
Yeah, so he's always wanted to be a mixed martial arts fighter since he was a kid. But, you know, this is what the amateur ranks are kind of all about, right? Like, you're figuring out not just your opponent, but also yourself. And in the case of him, he was asked what he knows about his opponent. He knows nothing. And that adds a whole new layer of a challenge when you are walking in blind. Like, I don't know anything about this guy. I just know I'm going to punch him.
Yeah, that's, man, hats off to him for taking that task. But, you know, a lot of the mental monsters leading up to a fight, man, they can get to a person. And, you know, a lot of people say the toughest opponent in the cage is yourself. And, you know, let's see how J-Ron Johnson deals with that.
A little more real estate for these guys, so this is going to move us to 3 3-minute rounds as opposed to the 3 2-minute rounds. When you have that extra minute, it really can help quite a bit on both sides of things. If you are a striker traditionally and you get taken down, you have more time to get up. And then if you are a grappler and it does go to the ground, you can actually do something with it.
Yeah, there's no question. That 1 minute will feel like an eternity to these guys. I mean, when you go from 2 minutes to 3 minutes and 3 minutes to 5 minutes, those switches are great. You have to change your game plan because your output has to be different just so you can make sure you last long enough.
Welcome to the Tuff-N-Uff cage, J-Ron Johnson.
Cruz Olinares.
Cruz Olinares fighting at catch weight today. Record of 1-1. Looks up to Jorge Masvidal and kind of has that vibe about him, right? Oh, yeah. Sort of has that swagger to him. Said he's going to be 27 years old in 5 years from now, so he's a young man at only 22, but wants to be in the next 5 years pursuing his dream of being in the UFC or a top UFC prospect. So his vision is clear. Cruz knows he wants to make it to the UFC. We'll see whether or not that plays a factor tonight.
And I tell you what, when he's coming from a fantastic gym like Freestyle MMA, the sky is the limit. They have an incredible coaching staff over there. He's coming to this fight 1-1. He's trying to get above 500, and I'm sure he's done everything right in preparation. You see in this corner right there, Gokor, man. One of the coaches at Freestyle MMA, incredible coach. And anytime you see Gokor in the corner, you know this fighter's going to be ready to fight.
And that's high praise coming from you, who's a top MMA coach. You know, like you said, respect earns respect, and you know you have great coaches all the way around in Las Vegas, especially. We see so many of them, but all over the country now. So many top-level coaches. What does it mean for a fighter to have a great coach in their corner?
Man, it's just it builds your confidence. You know, when you have a great coach in your corner that believes in you and just radiates you with confidence, like Dennis Davis is my head coach, and no matter where I fight in the world, he's going to travel because he believes in me. And then you're not always just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for them too, and that's a great piece of motivation as well.
Cruz Olinares in the cage right now. Here is Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in a Tuff-N-Uff catch weight bout at 165 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist holding an amateur record, 1 win, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 167.8 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, J-Ron Johnson. And in the red corner, he's a striker holding an amateur record, 1 win, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 164 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Cruz Olinares. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Matthew Beamick.
Taking a look here at the tail of the tape, brought to us by our friends at Steiner's. 23 and 22 years old, big reach advantage here for J-Ron Johnson, 7 inches. Let's see if that plays a factor. Here we go with round number 1. 3 minutes on the clock for this one at Tuff-N-Uff 145.
I tell you what, a 77-inch, that is insane.
Wingspan, man.
Literally, man, that's coming from a guy that has a 67-inch reach.
Yeah.
You know, imagine fighting a guy with a 10-inch reach advantage. That's just insane. Southpaw versus orthodox right here. Let's see if J-Ron uses his reach.
Both jockeying for position in the center of the cage. Cruz Olinares, nice combination there.
Cruz looks really composed thus far. 30 seconds into this first round. Oof. J-Ron catches the leg.
Yeah, it looks like he's content to go to the ground, but Cruz ends up on top.
Well, that extra minute's work can really work out for Johnson here. Or Olinares, depending on what's going to happen. Johnson needs to get back to his feet here. Olinares, good control on top. He has his hand, his wrist control over here on the left side, trying to put his knee on top. Like to see him start doing some damage here.
And you hear the referee saying you got to do some work if you don't want me to stand this up.
I think that's the right call.
Approaching the halfway mark here of round number 1.
Yeah, Johnson just locking him down, looking for the stand-up, and oh, look at that.
Olinares tries to pick him up and slam him. Johnson did a nice job of negating that by tossing his legs back down, but ends up in the same position. About 80 seconds here in round number 1, and Olinares looking to create some space.
Yeah, it looks like he was able, when he picked him up, he got to half guard here. Much better position for Olinares. So if he can get that backside wrist right and start doing some damage with that left hand. Johnson comes up to his elbow. That's going to be a mistake, and Olinares is going to be able to fish behind him and get that backside wrist ride. Such a dominant position. You're seeing it more and more at the highest level. Instead of guys going to side position, they're staying in half guard and fighting for that backside wrist ride.
Johnson's grabbing that arm to not get punched in the face, but right now Olinares doing a good job of controlling.
Olinares is cut. Olinares looks like he's cut somehow. Not sure where the cut happened. Might have been a glancing headbutt or something. I didn't see any punches land. How about you, Dave?
I did not. Yeah, so interesting. It's likely something from a clashing of the heads, but we'll dig into that in just a moment. Final 30 seconds here of round number 1. Olinares remains in top position, and that crossface just has got to be so uncomfortable.
Oh, man, just, yeah, the pressure. Has him on top. He's doing damage. That elbow, that forearm in his face. Got it guard back, but not going to do enough.
It'll be interesting to see. Olinares doing a nice job here. Johnson pushes him off, but able to mount some offense. Oof. Big kicks to the legs. Final seconds here of round number 1, and Olinares isn't done yet. Whoa, that ended fast.
I'll tell you what, Olinares has a nasty cut on his left eye. It's dripping.
We'll take a look at that when we come back for round number 2. This is a fun one. And Olinares somehow got a cut the doctors are looking at right now. All right, Justin, let's see if we can figure this out here. Oh, there it was right there, the headbutt right into the side of Johnson's head, and that opened Olinares up. I'll be curious to see if that plays a significant factor in round number 2 or if they're able to patch him up, but they're spending a lot of time over there because it looks like it's right above the eye.
Yeah, I tell you what, when they were back on their feet, it was dripping down his face, actively dripping down his face. Like you said, let's see if it hinders his vision at all. As an amateur fight, doctors will step in quick starts hindering his vision. We'll see here in the second round.
And I'll be real curious if Jaron Johnson decides to target that cut as well as we start round number 2. And yeah, the referee is actually going to stop the bell from being rung here to make sure that eye is okay as the doctor enters the cage, because as you said, with the amateurs always erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, I'd really be bummed for Olinares if he gets stopped here. Such a dominant first round, the accidental headbutt.
Yeah, Olinares saying I'm fine.
Doc says good.
Okay. But perhaps an opportunity here for Johnson with a long reach at 77 inches. Here we go, round number 2.
Johnson needs to stop circling to his left. He needs to go to his right. Start circling to his right. Start throwing that right hook to really start affecting that eye. Circling to his left, he's actually putting himself away from that eye. And if I was him, I'd be targeting that for sure. Looking for like a right hook, like a 3-2 action.
Oof. Olinares very calm in there here in round number 2.
Great cage control, keeping in the center of the ring, keeping Johnson. Oh,
he slips.
Slip. Johnson trying to get on top here.
Interesting to see Johnson follow him to the ground. Let's see what he does here. If he breaks away and tries to use that big reach advantage, or if he wants to clinch.
Yeah, I think clinching is a mistake.
There it is. Olinares just trips that leg right out from underneath him. Just very methodical from Olinares here.
Yeah, no question. It's kind of questioning why Johnson wanted to lock up with him, especially after that first round. I mean, especially he said that 77-inch. I'd love to see him play range. Again, attack that cut. Attack that cut with your right hook. Attack that cut with a 3-2. You do not want to be on your back right now, because ultimately he can't really do much damage to that eye or to Olinares in general.
And not a big amount of scrambling just yet from Johnson to try to get out of this. I mean, he did have the body lock there for a moment, but went ahead and let that go. So curious to see if Olinares is able to posture up here and throw some elbows down. Or not elbows, I guess, in this case, because the amateur ranks. But
you know, honestly, I'd like to see some urgency from Johnson. You know, he's very content with his feet closed. He's just hugging, holding on. He's not really trying to win this round right now, and I think that's a mistake, especially after losing the first round. He's very content laying on his back and just locking him up.
And referee's going to step him up. Yeah, I like that.
Great call from the referee. These are short rounds, guys.
Inside the final minute, Olinares does a nice job there.
That was strange. Johnson took a shot there. I don't think Johnson wants anything to do on the feet. Yeah, this is
interesting.
Very interesting. You hear his coach, Johnson's coach, get that jab busy.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 7-inch reach advantage, right? Put it to work.
Huge reach advantage. Like I said, now he's finally circling the right way. Really attack. Oh, now he's attacking that eye. That's what we have to do here.
Yep.
If Johnson wants to win this fight, he has to go for that eye, because that's his compromised side right now. Now there's, like I said, back to the right hook, to the left straight. Really do some damage there with that, but
final 15 seconds here of round number 2, and Olinares continues to stalk. Inside the final 10, Olinares with another inside leg kick.
He's hurting Johnson. I just saw Johnson's wince.
All right, competitive round number 2. We got our third and final round coming up next from Tuff-N-Uff 145 in Las Vegas.
Thursday, July 17th, Tuff-N-Uff returns to San Diego, California. Former Tuff-N-Uff champion Jamie Siraj returns to the cage.
That's a fighter's fighter right there.
But a threatening Peruvian, Marlon Gonzalez, stands in his way.
Both guys bring the action. Both guys are super aggressive.
Both searching for the summit of the featherweight division. Live from the Observatory North Park and only on UFC Fight Pass. Tuff-N-Uff 146.
We're in for a treat, baby.
All right, take us into it, Justin. If you're the corner of Jaron Johnson right now, what are you telling him?
I tell you what, I'm slapping him around and saying, I need to see some urgency out of you, because, you know, you have a cut on the face. He's not attacking that side.
Pueblo Medical Imaging is the official radiology partner.
It just doesn't look to me like he's trying to win. It looks to me like he's trying not to lose. When he's on the ground, he's closing his guard. He's not trying to get up. I need to see some urgency out of Johnson going into this third round.
Man, I love MMA coaches like you that just tell it like it is, man.
That's the way it is,
Don't
man.
sugarcoat it, man. Get to work, right?
I'm not trying to, you know, trash talk him by any means, but we need some urgency here. There
it is. Yeah, he's throwing that jab out there, staying busy. Love it.
He knows he's down by 2, and he needs to get a knockout here or a submission. And sitting on his back or playing on his back foot is not the way to do that. There's that jab cross, maybe a 3-2 here. Like I said, 3-2, my favorite two-piece coming in. And see Johnson just
kind of wilted, right?
Yeah, comfortable going there. Just no urgency. And with that being said, maybe he's compromised. Maybe he got hurt. Maybe he felt the power for Olinares and says, you know what? I don't want to get hit again.
Olinares once again in top position, but he does need to do something here on the ground. And it looks like he's trying to sneak that leg out, possibly get to side control.
I tell you what, I'd be very content with him sitting here in half guard. Being a half guard player, he can do a lot of damage here. But here we go, back to Johnson, reclaiming his full guard and being content being in guard. He needs to put his feet on the hips and push off, create some space. He has to do something to get back to his feet. If he doesn't, he's going to lose this fight 30-27.
Olinares back to his own feet, but still very heavy on top of Johnson right now. Keep in mind, in round number 2, the referee did stand them up when there wasn't enough action on the ground. Curious if we're going to get a warning here.
See how Johnson body locks there from bottom. He's content. He's fine being here.
There it is. Referee's going to stand him up once again.
Love that he's standing him up.
Me too. Inside our final 90 seconds here of our 3rd and final round. Johnson, nice job there, putting that 77 inches to work.
He needs to go forward. You need to go forward here. Set those kicks up with some punches. Nice, snappy, long kicks too, Dave. Just want to see him set up with some punches.
Olinares with a nice shot, and once again, Johnson just rolls right back onto the ground.
Yeah. Not thrilled about it, but I'll keep my comments to myself.
Well, coming into this fight, he even mentioned that he was questioning his own motivation, and I feel like we're seeing a little bit of that.
Armbar, he has armbar here. Oh my gosh.
That was close.
That was close. Oh, he Johnson wants to grapple, thinks he has the advantage on the ground after losing the 1st and 2nd round, being stood up twice already. And I wonder if it's he doesn't want to stand up or he feels he has an advantage in guard. Here's coach, nice shot from Olinares. Here's coach saying he's tired too, which tells me that Johnson's definitely tired.
Nice trip there from Olinares. Johnson does get back to his feet, but no time to work here. Final 10 seconds, got to do something and do it now.
And again, going to that urgency. Look at Olinares looking for a dramatic finish there with the spinning attack.
I like it, man.
I like that.
I love that.
You know, looking for his highlight. 10 seconds left. I'm ahead 30-27. Let's go for it.
Put on a show. Tuff-N-Uff 145 here in Las Vegas. That got fun there towards the end. Taking a look at the highlights here, Justin, what are you seeing?
Man, I just see, like you said, you used the perfect will, and he wilted, you know? Maybe he got hurt, maybe he was compromised, but the way every time he was touched, he was just kind of sitting back to his butt, being content, being on bottom. Had a good little attempt to get on top there, but to no avail. Nice right hand. That might have hurt him there, and that's why he fell down.
This was that moment. That's it, right there. He had it for a second.
Man, it's a little too much too late.
Nicely done by Cruz Olinares. Justin Bernard making the walk into the cage right now for our official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Cruz Olinares.
Dominant performance by Cruz Olinares. 30-27, clean sweep across the board. Very nicely done. On the ground, standing up, seemed to have the advantage everywhere, and an excellent game plan. Fought through that cut, still got it done. Nicely done here at Tuff-N-Uff 145.
Hollywood Smile Dental, comfortable care and dental services you can depend on. From reconstructive to cosmetic at competitive prices. $7.99 for 4 wisdom teeth, $17.99 for implant abutment and crown. Free exam and x-ray for new patients. Financing options are available. Led by Dr. Kim and his staff, they have been handling the dental care of the Las Vegas community for years. If you want to have a Hollywood smile, you need to come to Hollywood Smile Dental.
For over 85 years, Labor's Local 872 and Las Vegas have teamed up to change the world of entertainment, sports, and economic development. Labor's Local 872 is a proud member of Team Vegas. From 1937 to today, Local 872 has been moving Las Vegas forward. Our members built the Hoover Dam Extension Bridge, finished City Center, expanded our roads, and made Vegas the biggest stage in sports. Vegas is ready. It's game time.
Chris Min.
Chris Min making the walk this afternoon here in Las Vegas. Does freelance work, really loves to focus on his mixed martial arts. Has been fighting for a while in the amateur ranks. This is going to be his 15th amateur fight. You know, different coaches have different ideas on that. What's your thoughts on somebody spending 15 fights in the amateur ranks?
I think it's great, man. As an amateur, this is the time that you can practice. This is the time you can gain that experience. You might not know this, Dane. I had 50 amateur fights before I turned professional.
50?
5-0.
Whoa.
50 amateur fights.
My man. So yeah, I guess I was asking the wrong guy. Is that too many? No, just getting started. You're right though. I mean, when you're a young fighter, take us through that mindset of, you know, I still have a lot to learn, even though you're willing to roll it out there and actually get into the cage.
Well, that's the thing, you know, when you have all that experience, every fight is going to be different. You're going to find yourself in different situations. You know, you're going to find yourself, you know, winning in different ways. You're going to find yourself losing in different ways. And then when you finally turn pro, nothing is new. You've already been there and you've done that, so you don't have those nerves of the unknown because you've already experienced it all.
Said he looks up to Anderson Silva. That's the man that got him interested in the sport so many years ago. Welcome to the Tuff-N-Uff cage, Christopher Min.
Mickey Balden.
Mickey Balden also making the walk today. Amateur career, 2-3 so far. Fights out of Las Vegas and has one of the best nicknames in mixed martial arts. It's McNasty. Wants to be in the UFC in 5 years from now. Loves to just play video games in his off time, but he said the most exciting experiences in his life so far are moments like this and meeting his girlfriend.
Well, another really tough guy, freestyle MMA. You know, cornered by Gokor again. You know, I'm going to keep mentioning it all night. Gokor has just a phenomenal group of guys, all tough, all ready to fight. Don't let these guys' records, just because they're below 500, does not mean they're tough. They're still amateurs, guys. They're in there getting their feet wet. And I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this. I've seen Chris fight before. He is a stud. This guy's from freestyle MMA. He's going to be a stud. This fight should be a banger.
Oh, and he said that in the pre-fight interviews. He said, I'm fast, don't blink. I love it when a guy starts calling his shots, and you expect fireworks in moments like that. So let's see if he's able to exact his game plan or not as he walks into the cage today. Again, a matinee set of fights at a sold-out SAHARA Theatre here in Las Vegas. It's been a crazy weekend in Vegas, so to be able to have a nice Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon event where these guys get an opportunity to showcase their skills, it's just been a wonderful week of seeing some rising stars. And then obviously, you know, huge fight card last night. UFC 317 was an absolute banger, but giving these guys their moment under the lights too, a lot of fun. So Mickey McNasty Balden, final checks right now outside of the cage, and the fans are ready to go. Will he be able to prove that he is fast and that we should not have blinked? Well, we'll find out. There it is. Time to make the walk up the stairs. Let's take a look at our tail of the tape for this fight. Our tail of the tape is brought to us by Lerner & Rowe. As you see, a 2-inch reach advantage for Balden. Otherwise, pretty evenly matched across the board. Balden is 3 inches taller as well. Justin Bernard gonna bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in a Tuff-N-Uff catchweight bout at 138 pounds. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a freestyle fighter holding an amateur record of 6 wins, 8 losses. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 139.4 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Chris Min. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist holding an amateur record, 2 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 139.6 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Mickey McNasty Balden. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jimmy Guarino.
Man, both these guys seem like they're dripping in personality, don't they?
Yeah, I tell you what, I've seen Chris Freeman. I've actually cornered against him before. He was a fast starter when he fought one of my guys.
I remember that.
He came out like a bat out of HELL. Got the quick finish. See what he does tonight.
Min wearing the gray trunks, Balden wearing the black. 3 3-minute rounds are format for this one.
Lots of experience in the cage right now. Oof. Man, that is a fast kick.
Oh, wow. Man, throwing the leather. Gets a smile from Balden.
I tell you what, I don't think Balden's gonna be smiling if he lands that jab cross. Ooh, that was a heavy leg kick. Tries to pay McNasty back. Oof, good power shot. Blocked by Balden. Nice knee to the body. Here's coach, pummel in, Chris. That's exactly right. Balden put him up against the fence here.
Balden's got a really interesting style where he kind of has a slow setup and then a very fast delivery of his punches and kicks.
Yeah, I saw that on that like push kick when he kind of came up really close. Then wow, it was like a snap. Very interesting. This is a high-level fight. These guys have a lot of experience coming to the cage. 20 combined fights together. Here, Marvin Eastman.
Is that Marvin Eastman?
That's the beast.
There it is.
Eastman. Probably one of the most distinct coaching voices you'll ever hear. As soon as I heard, I was like,
there he is. There's Marvin.
Here, Eastman calling. Oh, nice head kick. Looked like it landed. Got this pull right in my way at that second. Nice body kick.
It actually ended up being a little bit south of the head, so it got him across the chest.
That's that kick we were talking about.
Yeah, that slow setup and fast delivery. Love it. It's like a golfer's swing, you know? Bring it back nice and slow and then just crack it.
Nice shot. What a double leg.
That was a fast shot.
Chris
He's got the back now.
This is not good for McNasty. He has 50 seconds here. He has the rear naked choke. It's on his, he says no.
He heard you.
He says no. But Chris is not giving up on it. He's going for that crush.
It's tight on the chin, but it's not under it.
Do not gas your arms out here, Dave. This would be detrimental to Chris Min if he gasses his arms out going for the rear naked choke on the face.
Balden doing a nice job fighting it off, but now it's starting to sneak under for at least a brief moment.
It's in. It's tight. We got 20 seconds, Dave. Can he survive?
That's a lot of time. Now he taps out. Christopher Min gets the choke in round number 1. And Balden just saying, hey, man, nice job.
Yeah, sometimes you just get caught and you just got to say, man, that's the way she goes.
He was fighting it off, said it's not there, and Min did not give up on it, though, to his credit. Big smile on his face. What a performance. Nicely done, Christopher Min.
Man, 7 wins as an amateur. I love watching Christopher Min fight, man. Anybody that trains under Marvin Eastman, you got, such an incredible gym, an incredible coach, and a legend of the sport.
And we've seen Christopher Min here in the Tuff-N-Uff cage before, and every time he comes in, he's just got a great energy about him, and that's kind of the same vibe that Balden brings, too. I love watching these two match up. It was just a chess match throughout that first round. Got down to the final seconds, and Min didn't give up on that choke. Like you said, he had to be careful not to gas the arms up, and walk us through this here.
Yeah, so he's been fighting in for the choke here, and you saw it on his face, but he starts with the right side. Let's go to the right side, then transitions to the left side. Once he got that left side choke for the rear naked, it was a wrap.
What a performance. Here is Justin Bernard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes, 52 seconds into round number 1, referee Jimmy Guarino calls a stop to the fight. For the winner by submission via rear naked choke, Chris Min.
Christopher Min, rear naked leg choke. Round number 1 goes to 7-8 now. What a great showing here at Tuff-N-Uff 145, live from Las Vegas. We are coming back with more.
Good job, guys.
Just push it, man. Push, push, push. Break yourself and then continue to find ways to break yourself or rebuild yourself.
OnlyFans, where creators earn.
Time to get naked. Ah, just kidding.
I could connect with my people, with my fans.
Behind the scenes, technical work, training, travel, giving back to community.
Everybody wants to see what their favorite celebrity is doing to check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us for the official Tuff-N-Uff 145 after party at the pool right here at the Sahara. Enjoy replays of the fights, music, drinks, and hang out with your favorite Tuff-N-Uff fighters right here in the Sahara at the pool for the official Tuff-N-Uff 145 after party immediately following the fights, brought to you by Sire Spirits.
The Nevada Style Pub invites you to play the best tavern, keno, and video poker in Vegas. Promos are how we roll, so make the most of your gaming dollars here with us. Come play in our ongoing gaming promotions and receive daily free play, bonuses, and more, with a chance to win Knights, Raiders, and Aviator tickets, and big money with all those jackpots. It's not only the great gaming that Snyder's Pub has, it's the 24 awesome rotating draft beers and best appetizers to match. So join us in watching your baseball Aviators and all your home sports teams as we make history in Vegas. Snyder's, the Nevada Style Pub at 8410 West Cheyenne, 1750 North Buffalo, and Las Vegas Boulevard and Windmill. Snyder's, I love this place.
Dino Hopper.
Back to the action, here we go. Dino Hopper. Hands on the tap is the nickname, and as you heard, got a nice pop from the crowd, sold out crowd here at Sahara, and he brought some fans with him.
Yeah, Dino Hopper coming to this match, 1 win and 2 losses from Seattle, Washington, but currently living in North Vegas right now. I'm sure he has every plan to get to 500 after stepping into the Tuff-N-Uff cage today.
Said he looks up to his mom. She is a superhero, said she worked really hard to get him to where he is today. Favorite fighter is John Jones because he is a straight dog, and as you said, wants to get to 500 today, eventually wants to get to the 135-pound UFC championship.
Well, it all starts here, Dave. I'll tell you that. It starts as an amateur and especially starts in the Tuff-N-Uff cage. So what a better way to start that goal in front of us with the Tuff-N-Uff cage.
Kind of has a Jaleel White vibe to him. I don't know if you ever watched Family Matters growing up. I mean, I'm a little older than you, but I can see it a little bit.
Family Matters, man.
Yeah, but I mean, not like Urkel when he was a cool one, Stephon.
Yeah, that's right. I see what you say. Yes, exactly. I do see it.
A little bit. Excited to watch him compete. We got a couple of more to go here on our amateur card before we head over to UFC Fight Pass for the pros and the main card. But man, these amateurs are bringing it so far. A couple of finishes already on this card. There's plenty more to go. Welcome to the cage, Dino. Hands on the tap. Hopper. He looks fired up.
Maxim Russo.
Maxim Russo also fighting out of Las Vegas. You know, we were talking about it earlier, but you know, you get some of these fighters that are pretty early on in their career and fighting, you know, across the UFC broadcast platforms. What does that do to your mentality? I mean, being in Las Vegas here at the iconic SAHARA Theatre where the likes of Frank Sinatra used to play, I mean, there's a lot of history there, but when you're on the broadcast platforms where UFC fans are watching, what does that do to your head? Do you think about that at all, or do you try to just get your fighter to not focus on it if they're, you know, knowing that there's a lot of eyeballs on them?
You know, I think there's a lot of fighters that, you know, relish in the moment. They really like that kind of pressure. Me personally, I love the pressure. I love the crowd. I love all that. And there's some fighters that don't like to fight in front of the crowd. I mean, I really just think it's personality to personality. And I tell you what, these guys all tonight are bringing it for the fans, and I don't feel that they're feeling any pressure from the fans tonight.
And it does surprise me how calm it seems all of the amateurs are. You know, International Fight Week you'd think would add some additional pressure, but that's a testament to good coaching and also of just being prepared, you know? I mean, I'm sure throughout your career you kind of felt this was the payoff moment, right? All the hard work happens in the gym. Now you get a chance to put it on display.
Yeah, personally for me, the fight is the weight cut. This is the fun part, man. This is, you get to strut all your stuff in front of your family and your friends, and it's an incredible moment.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to us by our friends at One Nevada Credit Union. 25 years old for Maxim, 30 years old for Mr. Hopper, and there's going to be a 4-inch reach advantage for Hopper. Let's see if he's able to put that to work. Justin Bernard is going to bring us in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the Tuff-N-Uff bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu specialist, holding an amateur record of 1 win, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 135.4 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Dino, hands on tap, Hopper! And in the red corner, he's a striker holding an amateur record of 2 wins, 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 135.2 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Maxim Russo. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Matthew Beaming.
As I mentioned, Hopper's got a 4-inch reach advantage. He's stretching it out right now. Cage doors are being closed. The format for this one is 3 3-minute rounds. Tuff-N-Uff 145 coming to you live from Las Vegas. Nice little afternoon show here, and we are off.
Maxim Russo trying to keep his perfect record intact. Coming to this fight, 2 wins and no losses. Yeah, his opposition, Dino, hands on tap. Hopper trying to get to 500 with a win here. Both guys very composed, Dave.
Yeah, Hopper is hopping around a little bit. And there's that reach. Oh, he goes with the teep to the face. And Russo's trying to close that distance real quick. Gets the takedown. Nice recovery.
Wow, I mean, that huge jab cross and then that teep. We could see it, a perfect angle from here. That was his foot right into his mouth.
Wow, that was a hard shot. He handled that about as well as you can.
Walking him over to the cage here, gonna use the cage as his buddy. Try to pin Dino up against the cage here, try to do some damage.
And Russo picking up, slamming a little bit, but Hopper continues to hold on real tight.
Well, Dino is comfortable on the ground. He says he has a Muay Thai and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, so, you know.
He's rolling, trying to get that arm.
He's trying to get his arm here. See if he can come up with something.
Russo seems like he is, he got it out.
Got out.
And Hopper looking for another submission opportunity perhaps here from the bottom.
Oof. Those are big shots. When your head has nowhere to bounce, and it's bouncing off the canvas. Oh, he's covering up. This could be it. Russo continues to cut away. That is it. Wow, what a change of events.
Maxim Russo fights through that devastating shot early on and comes back, does a marvelous job. Finishes him with the ground and pound. The referee waves it off. Wow.
One of those shots must have snuck through there and hurt him because he looked like he was having some good grappling exchanges. Then he just turned over and covered up. Must have ate a big shot.
Ate a big shot, and Russo, to his credit, just started laying it on. He saw that little window of opportunity, and there was just a ton of volume of punches that came raining down after that. Nicely done by Maxim Russo. Taking a look here at the action. Only took 1 round, not even a full one, and early on, Hopper right there. That kick, Justin. Woo. Clean.
You see his head snap back. Like, that was, what incredible recovery. Maxim's gonna watch this fight and be like, yep, I have a chin after that. That just proved to everybody in the world that he has a chin.
Moves to 3-0 with that one, man. Great job just taking a teep right to the chin and still managing to get through it, and not really even a moment of recovery. He just closed the distance, took him down, gets the finish. Nicely done. Justin Bernard with the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute, 42 seconds into round number 1, referee Matthew Beaming calls a stop to the fight. For the winner by TKO, Maxim Russo.
Maxim Russo, 3-0. Great performance for him. He remains undefeated. Tuff-N-Uff 145, everything that he had hoped for. Fantastic performance here in Las Vegas. We're coming back with more from the amateurs before we get to our main card.
At Lerner & Rowe, we've recovered billions of dollars for over 150,000 clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone.
We're getting more money for more people, period. Results matter.
Call 877-1500.
$46,000 ATMs that won't charge you a fee with One Nevada.
Training's been going good since the last fight. I kind of been sticking around, being in contact with my manager and with Tuff-N-Uff as well as the UFC. So yeah, just been staying ready.
Guy's always looking great. You know, I think he's one of the more cerebral fighters in the game that I've ever seen. High fight IQ, high situational awareness. I think he's a guy that you can open up the playbook and really get down to some deep concepts. So one of my favorite fighters to work with, and not only that, it's like I'm learning too. So I think that's the best part about working with Kai.
Everything feels good. Yeah, it's excited to just be in a fight again. I like activity, so it's good to be right back.
We don't necessarily game plan. We do. We have we sit and kind of come up with ideas and concepts. So what I say by that, concepts-wise, is if you're stuck on a game plan and that game plan isn't working, then you're like, oh man, what do we do next? But if we think conceptually, if we give this, they give this. We do this, we do that. We call it routes, like in football, like you almost have like a route stems off your route tree, right? So we can call audibles off of anything that we ever want. So the offense is always going. It's not hard. Let's go.
Oh, sorry. Woo! My family's always here. This is all we do. So yeah, my wife's been with me for like 16 years now. So this is all we do. all she does is watch me practice. Mentally preparing for fights, I don't know. It's after a while the experience kind of just takes over. Been fighting at the high level for a while. Oh, I felt good. It came on pretty short notice. It was like 10 days notice, so glad that Tuff-N-Uff was able to put together that fight last minute and keep me busy and then putting me right back in on this one in June. No words. I would just I would love for him to come prepared because I've been preparing forever for any type of style. So I mean, yeah, just come prepared.
Pueblo Medical Imaging is the official radiology partner of Tuff-N-Uff. Thank you to Pueblo Medical Imaging. Talon Carvalho.
Talon Carvalho is making the walk right now, and Justin, this is a big one. The Tuff-N-Uff gold is on the line at 155 pounds. This is for the lightweight championship. You see the big breathe in. He is ready to go. This young man we've seen inside the Tuff-N-Uff cage before. Always fun to watch him fight, but this moment right here could be a jumping off point. We see a lot of these fighters as they go through the ranks. If they get to a championship fight, that could be the defining moment for them where they decide, I'm ready to make the leap and go pro.
I tell you what, and if he wins this belt, this will be his second amateur title. Currently, he is the 155-pound fierce fighting champion. You know, and I tell you what, bringing a lot of experience to the cage, 7 fights, 5-2. He's living this style as a striker. You know, when we talk to him in the back, this guy has knockout power. He says he can beat the guy up for 3 rounds he wants, or he can knock him out in the first. Whatever his opponent does, he is going to have an answer for it.
His gym in Salt Lake City is where he trains out of, and said that they've got some stars rolling through there. He said one of the most exciting things when he's been training is when Glover Teixeira and Alex Pereira came to the gym in Utah and was hanging out and training. He got to train with those guys for a while. And I get it. He said he's traveled to Bangkok, Thailand, Seoul, South Korea in order to expand his game. And I love to see when these young fighters believe in themselves enough to go, look, I've learned a lot here, but I'm going to go travel the world and try to take it all in.
Yeah, there's no question, and that's how you become a complete martial artist. You have to go to different gyms, you have to go to different countries. Every coach has a little bit of different style. Pick up some of that knowledge and bring it back to home.
Talon Carvalho making the walk into the Tuff-N-Uff gauge. He could be walking out with that gold today.
Goldenberg.
Because David Scrappy Dude Goldenberg is walking in right now. He's got a Scrap Pack shirt on. I love watching this guy fight. He is a blast. He fights fast. And look at him. He's saying, I'm back, baby.
Yeah, another really tough guy out of Gokers Freestyle MMA. Coming to the cage, undefeated with a perfect record of 4 wins and 0 losses. This guy is a complete martial artist. Gokor has so much praise for David Goldenberg. I can't wait to see what he has to do in this title fight tonight.
Love the confidence coming in, and understandably so. I mean, he's got a perfect record so far. Like you said, he's got a fantastic coach, and he looks like he's ready to cut himself a promo if he gets the win today.
Yeah, both of these guys look like they're in incredible shape and they're ready to go. Both of these guys have been dreaming of taking gold for weeks, if not months, leading up to this fight.
He said he knows his opponent is a very hard-hitting, athletic young man. He's not too concerned about that, though, right? He's just kind of calmly making the walk over, getting the final checks done. This will be our last fight on the amateur card with the belt on the line this evening, and then we're going to make the jump over to UFC Fight Pass. So for those of you that are watching along across the UFC broadcast channels and the Tuff-N-Uff broadcast channels, we certainly appreciate you being along with us for the prelims, but we are far from done just yet. If you are a subscriber to UFC Fight Pass, you'll be able to join us for the fun. If you're not a subscriber, what are you doing? Smash that button and join us. We got a big main card on the way this evening, and we love the matinee show. It's been a wild week in Las Vegas, enjoying all the fight activities. We got a whole main card still coming up. Before that, let's do one for the amateur belt. Scrappy-Doo in the cage. Let's take a look at these two fighters with our tail of the tape. Brought to us by OnlyFans. 32 years old, so Goldenberg almost 10 years senior to Carvalho. Reach advantage for Carvalho, 72-67. So you're seeing a 5-8 swing there. Let's see if that plays a factor. Like you said, both these guys look like they're in great shape. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. Justin Bernard can bring us in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, all for the Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striker holding an amateur record of 5 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 154.2 pounds. Fighting out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Talon Carvalho. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist with an undefeated amateur record of 4 wins. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 154.8 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, David Scrappy-Doo Goldenberg. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Jimmy Garino.
Belt is on the line. 3 5-minute rounds. And here they go, toe to toe.
Do you have any questions from blue corner?
Yeah, this is going to be a banger, Dave.
Good luck, guys. Come out fighting.
I would be real surprised if this goes the distance, knowing how these two fight.
Yeah, no question about that. My real question is Scrappy Doo going to try and take him down, or is he going to try to stand here with the striker Talon?
We are underway. Belt is on the line. Carvalho with an early kick. Just kind of feeling each other out right now. Scrappy Doo very explosive. Good use of the kicks early on. Control that distance. As I said, Carvalho does have the reach advantage.
I like that subtle switch to southpaw there when he kind of circled to the right. Ooh, nice leg kick.
Oh,
that hurt Scrappy Doo.
Oh. Punches and kicks coming from everywhere.
Well, like you said, he labels himself as a striker, and we can see why. Ooh, big right hand from Scrappy. Oof.
Good kicks early on from Carvalho.
Yeah, let me tell you from experience, Dave, those hurt a lot.
Doesn't look like much, right? But then that's because you haven't been on the receiving end of one.
Boy.
That's spinning him around now.
Spin around like a ballerina.
Oh, nice right hand from Scrappy Doo. Goldenberg has got the single leg.
I do think this is the right move for Goldenberg. Look at the straight.
Just picks him up over his head. Carvalho trying to get back to his feet. See, he was able to. Goldenberg doing a nice job being heavy.
Talon doing the right thing, though, getting his back to the fence here. He's going to try and walk up the fence here, but Goldenberg looking for a figure four on his legs here on the bottom, trying to step that right leg over to scoop, to no avail yet. Talon doing a great job not getting his head stuck against the fence here. Here's coach. Tell him to push his head. Goldenberg gets the high head up.
Goldenberg doing a nice job here. Almost got to mount. Working hard. It's the title fight. Goldenberg about to creep it over, perhaps.
Big shots. Has that backside wrist right here, like we talked about in the first couple fights. Called this topside half.
Just now inside the final minute of this round.
This is such a dominant position for Goldenberg right now, as Talon doing everything he can, but sitting in that half guard position is great. And you know what Goldenberg is doing a lot of damage. Well, right now it's a little lackluster, but he was landing some big shots there for a second with that backside. Let's see what he can do in the next 30 seconds.
Try to punch when he punches. Use that
Down to our final 10 seconds coming up here in just a moment in the first round of this championship fight. Goldenberg still doing a nice job of retaining position here as the final seconds have ticked off the clock. That was a fun first round. Let's see how the strategy shifts with the championship belt on the line. Tuff-N-Uff 145 coming right back with round number 2 from Las Vegas.
Diners, the Nevada-style pub invites you to play the best tavern, keno, and video poker in Vegas. Promos are how we roll, so make the most of your gaming dollars here with us. Come play in our ongoing gaming promotions and receive daily free play, bonuses, and more, with a chance to win Knights, Raiders, and Aviator tickets, and big money with all those jackpots. It's not only the great gaming that Diners Pub has, it's the 24 awesome rotating draft beers and best appetizers in match. So join us in watching your baseball Aviators and all your home sports teams as we make history in Vegas. Diners, the Nevada-style pub at 8410 West Cheyenne, 1750 North Buffalo, and Las Vegas Boulevard and Windmill. Diners, I love this place.
Cage doors are closed. Here we go with round number 2. Let's see if Goldenberg decides that he wants to take this right back down to the mat, Preston.
I think he's going to. I mean, Talon is an incredible striker, and you know, something that I really like that he's doing is he's switching his stance very subtly to that southpaw stance. You got Goldenberg trying to get him right back to where he got the first round, rushing him in. Talon, great defense here. Ooh, big right hand from Talon.
Scrappy Doo, he's got that overhand right that he loves to throw, and there it is.
Yes, he does. He's powerful. He reminds me of like a Matt Serra or a Sean Shirk kind of style. Hands up, muscly, coming in, looking for some good wrestling with a big overhand right.
Perfect in his young career so far. This stays like this, though. Talon does seem to have an advantage with his reach advantage.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job using his reach, but he's going to have to be worried with that right hand from Goldenberg the whole time. He lands that one time, and it could be lights out for Talon. You know he's looking for it.
Clash there, both trading punches. Talon doing a nice job moving around.
There's that stance switch that I really like. It's so camouflage. He does it so subtly that it's almost unnoticeable. Might be unnoticeable to Goldenberg. Oh, boy. Big shots.
You see that outside leg kick there, how red that leg is getting for Goldenberg. Be curious to see if that starts to affect his ability to shoot in quickly for the takedowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, that was a mistake from Talon right there, letting Goldenberg get in this position. I feel Talon's winning the striking exchanges. I don't know why I'd want to try to wrestle with him after losing the first round. Talon doing a good job not getting taken down here, but he does need to get off his cage. You can hear his coach hollering, circle
there
off the
he
cage.
goes, nicely done.
Ooh, nice right hand from Goldenberg.
Goldenberg's just kind of chasing him down here inside the final minute of this second round.
Oy, send that teep up the middle.
I like that Talon has not given up on the kicks. You know, obviously doesn't want to get taken down here by Goldenberg, but he's still very active with his kicks, and they're working for him.
And you can see the welting on his calf. Those are some devastating shots. And there's
that
that
right hand, man. And then he uses that to close the distance. Nicely done by Goldenberg. The Talon creates some more space here.
Tell you what, both these guys came ready to fight today. I'm so impressed by both these guys already, just going into round number 3.
Very high-level stuff. Talon stumbles a bit there. I don't think that was a knockdown.
Nice body shot. See Talon trying to dig to the body there. No avail.
Final 10 seconds here of our second round. Goldenberg right there waiting for that spinning stuff.
Goldenberg walking him down with his hands down. Talon, I'm not afraid of you.
I like it, man. Scrappy Doo brings the confidence. That was a fun second round. Goldenberg not afraid of the striking, certainly.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others. Join the fight.
All right, take a look here, Justin. What are you seeing in this second round? Because Talon did a good job of keeping it on the feet, but Goldenberg just pressing forward.
Man, I tell you what, and the power he has in that right hand and the pressure, Goldenberg, he looks unfazed by those leg kicks, but you can see them welting up. Goldenberg showing the ultimate toughness going into this third round. Talon, I have this fight, my unofficial scorecard 1-1. How about you, Dave?
I think it's close. I think you're exactly right. I think Talon got the better of the exchanges, even though Scrappy Doo did a nice job there at the end of the round. But look at this. Here we are in round number 3, and Scrappy Doo seems like he is perfectly content striking if that's what this fight is going to be.
Yeah, you know, I would like to be a fly on the wall where his corner was telling him, ooh, nice little step switch, or switch step there. Try to land that right hand. Talon has incredible striking.
Very clean.
Very dynamic. His angles are awesome. His footwork is crisp. His stance switch. I'm very impressed with this young talent.
Yeah, very light on his feet, too.
Oof. You do not want to get hit by that right hand, though. See welting on Talon's leg as well from Goldenberg. I like how Talon's using his range, too. Right at the end of his punches.
Nice jab there.
Ooh, that hurt. Ooh.
And again, and now Goldenberg's going to look for that takedown. Let's see if Talon's able to scoot out of this. He is trying, and he does.
I tell you what, I think that leg's starting to get compromised. I mean, Goldenberg's not showing it on his face, but that shot didn't look great.
He's been peppering that thing since the very first second of this fight, and that's exactly why you work it. Slow it down a little bit, negate the shot, and right hand from Talon. Goldenberg just ate it, though.
When you have a compromised leg like that, you know, it really opens up a lot of your striking because you're worried about the kick. You're worried about getting kicked, and you stop thinking about punches to the head. I think Talon's going to use that game plan in here to try to finish this fight for us.
Down to our final 70 seconds of this round. Oh, nicely done. Couple of punches sneaking through there for Talon. Does get the takedown this time. Talon doing everything he can to try to shove that head down and escape. Goldenberg doing a nice job. Pins him up against the cage.
He is strong.
He is.
Man. He's just grabbing onto Talon's legs and running into the fence, walks up the body here.
Almost got the mount here.
Yep. Oof, big shots. Goldenberg might be enough to steal the round. He's looking for a guillotine. Oh, bails on it. Position over submission.
Does get to half guard here. Goldenberg doing a nice job controlling from the top. 25 seconds here in the third round.
Tough round to score here. I had Talon win the striking exchanges, but Goldenberg coming on in the last minute with the takedown, and now the mount.
Not a lot of time to work here. Coming up on the 10-second clock. But he's coming back. Oh, it's on the knees. Oh, that's tight. Oh, it's real tight. He's trying to hang in there.
Short time.
Wow. Oh, saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. No doubt.
Credit. It was so loud here, I couldn't tell if the bell had gone off or not. That seemed like a long 10 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I mean, credit to Talon for being able to muscle through that. That was tough. Take a look at some of the action, and Justin, walk us through this because Goldenberg was working on the ground, and here we go with the mount when he finally got it.
Oh man, starts delivering big shots, gives up his back. You know, you heard his coach, or I don't know if you heard him, but I heard his coach say, do not give up your back, and then Talon turns and gives up his back, almost gets choked out. Saved by the bell, saved by the bell. Lucky for Talon to get out of that round.
Wow, that was unbelievable. As that was happening in real time, I'm like, how is there still time on this clock?
I was thinking the same thing.
Because Talon having to fight through that choke was deep.
Look at these guys in conditioning. Both guys still breathing out of their nose.
Pop right back up.
Action-packed fight. These guys are fighting at an exhausting pace, but both guys came ready to fight this whole fight.
And here we go into the championship rounds. Round number 4, lightweight gold on the line here at Tuff-N-Uff 145.
Oof, nice uppercut.
Yeah, it was real smooth. Talon's showcased that smoothness throughout the entire fight.
And I don't know if you just noticed, Goldenberg had a misstep on that left leg. Kind of buckled a little bit.
Well, it makes sense. It's gotten a lot of damage.
Gonna keep an eye on that left leg, because I know that hurts. Regardless of how tough he's showing, I know that hurts.
Goldenberg still willing to press forward, though. Talon seems like he's just looking for his opportunities, doing a nice job of circling away. Knows that right overhand can come at any time. Oh, kind of feints it there. Oof. There's that right.
I'd like to see Goldenberg be a little bit more dynamic. I mean, it's pretty obvious what he wants to do, and is throw that right hand. But Talon, he knows it's coming. Hasn't really had too much success with it. But if he does hit it, it might be lights out for Talon. He's throwing it with bad intention, Dave. Right hand.
Caught him.
Just as
coming in. Wow. Talon was trying to set something up, and instead Goldenberg was firing away. Another nice jab there from Goldenberg.
Big reaction from Talon. Imagine the power Goldenberg has to get that reaction out of this very decorated striker.
Scrappy do.
Scrappy do.
At any moment, either one of these guys can land that home run shot.
There's no question. You know, Talon isn't throwing the combos like he was before. He's kind of just throwing one punch at a time now. I wonder if he's afraid. Like, see, there's that right cross. Yeah, it's not really. I mean, early on in the fight, he was throwing 2-3 punches at a time. Wonder if he just doesn't want to be in the range to get cracked by Goldenberg and get hit with that right hand.
Uppercuts there.
Beautiful uppercut.
And you hear the call for the pressure from Talon's corner. They wanted to push forward and use those combinations, exactly like you were saying, Justin.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more combinations out of Talon. He looked really crisp in the first and second. Now he's just throwing one punch at a time, giving Goldenberg a chance to land that right hand. Ooh, nice shot, Goldenberg.
Yeah, Goldenberg doing a nice job of timing the strikes from Talon. Trying to set up a big kick or a big punch, and it seems like he's right there. Final 10 seconds here of the 4th round. There's that overhand right. Oh, he stunned him! What a shot at the bell!
They both landed big shots, but Goldenberg definitely ate the harder shot. Stumbles over on the stool here.
We'll come right back with some replays and our 5th and final round.
When you're hurt in a wreck, you want an attorney that'll fight for every dollar you deserve. In many cases, Lerner & Rose recovered 10, 15, 20 times more than the insurance company's original offer. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner & Rose today.
Call 877-1500.
All right, Justin, take us through this, because at the very last moment, right at the bell, they traded big shots. Boom! And I couldn't tell if he was acting a little bit there or if he was actually rocked, but I mean, that was a clean shot directly to the chin. And watch when he sits down. Well, it's not going to show it right there, but when he sat down on the stool, he kind of like leaned back into the fence. That looked like it hurt. 5th and final round. What a championship fight this is.
Granite chin from Goldenberg.
Oof. Goldenberg right back at it, though. Looks like he's recovered nicely.
Both guys landing huge shots right at the end of that round. And, you know, Talon, you know, I know it was after the buzzer, but it definitely wasn't intentional. I think they were just in the mix of things right here. But Goldenberg looks unfazed, hands up, walking Talon down once again. Talon's still coming in with that only one puncher, one strike at a time. I'd like to see him start putting 2 and 3. Oh, beautiful right hand.
Big punches from both these guys. Talon slipping out of there. Would like to see Talon doing what he was doing. There you go. That's a teep bringing it back. Getting that jab going too. The thing about this fight is it feels like it could be anyone's fight still.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you certainly can't rest on your laurels at this point if you're either one of these fighters.
Yeah. I mean, I had a 1-1 going into the third, and the third round was very tough. The 4th round was tough, and here we are in the 5th round. Who wants it more, Dave? That's what it's going to come down to.
And Goldenberg looking for the takedown. He's had success here before. Picks him up again. By Scrappy-Doo. Almost had the back there. Nice roll from Talon. But man, Scrappy-Doo inside control right now. Just elevate and slam, brother.
Man, Talon, we're going to have to see some urgency from Talon. He does not want to get mounted again from Scrappy-Doo. If he gets up his back, you know, it could be back to the rear naked choke like we saw a couple rounds ago.
That was real close to end that 3rd round.
Here's coach asking to get his guard back, and you know, with 1 minute left, I don't think you get your guard back here. I think you get your right underhook and you start bumping up to your feet, because getting your guard back, you're just securing a loss, or at least losing the round, excuse me.
Yeah, I think you have to do everything in your power to get back to your feet right now if you're Talon. Only 55 seconds left on the clock in this final round. The gold is on the line. Goldberg holding on tightly right now. Scrappy-Doo doing a nice job with control.
Here's coach calling for the underhooks and saying, get to your feet, and I agree with this coach 100%. Scrappy-Doo landing some big right hands there. Oof, this is brutal. We got 30 seconds left in this 5th round. What an incredible fight for us to end the amateur card.
Main card's going to be over on UFC Fight Pass. That is on the way, but right now, Scrappy Doo trying to secure a victory. 20 seconds left in this championship bout. Down to our final 10 seconds, and Scrappy Doo having an excellent showing here in the championship rounds, and especially this 5th and final frame. That is the end of the bout. It does go the distance, kind of shockingly, because I didn't think it would.
I did not see that fight going the distance, Dave. We said it before the fight. Don't blink, guys, but...
Not a dull moment, though. These guys were both bringing it the entire time. Nice show of respect from both of them. We'll see what the judges have to say. That is not an easy one to score, but if I'm doing my unofficial scorecard, I've got Scrappy Doo getting the win with that dominant 5th round. But as you see, take us through it here, Justin. It was an all-out war for 5 rounds.
Man, you're absolutely right. It was an all-out war. Both guys had some good moments, but I agree with you. I think Scrappy Doo did more with the takedowns, did ground and pound, almost finished the round with the rear naked choke, took a lot of damage, even took a shot after the bell. Look at this beautiful ground and pound. This is where he got that rear naked choke that he should have finished.
So fast.
Saved by the bell. Got an El Toro there. Man,
and that right hand for Scrappy Doo was working, huh?
Yo, oh, there's the one at the bell. Oh my gosh, this big double leg. Look at this. That's put a staple in it.
Just a beautiful elevation and slam, Scrappy Doo. Judges have a tough one. They got to figure this one out. And anytime that you see a moment like this where the crowd is just cheering because it's going to decision, you know it was a good fight through and through. Excellent, excellent fight. Jeff Meyer in the cage right now with the belt. Who is going to get it? And Justin Bernard just making his way in now. So the judges have rendered their decision. Let's find out who gets the gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored the contest 49-46, 49-46, and 48-47 for the winner by unanimous decision and new Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Lightweight Champion of the World, David Scrappy Doo Goldenberg.
Scrappy Doo gets the big victory tonight. He is your new Tuff-N-Uff lightweight champ. Justin Bernard is in the cage, standing by with the new champ. Nice embrace there from these guys, just showing the sportsmanship. Well done, boys.
Yeah, what an incredible fight and what an incredible show of sportsmanship. Love seeing it, especially after...
Standing here with the winner. Standing in here with the winner tonight, David Goldenberg. It was 2 years ago that you called out to President Jeff Meyer for your title shot. You had one fight in between then. Here you are, matched up with a killer in Talon Carvalho, and we knew it was going to be a banger of a fight. You came out here, you both were swinging for the fences. It was insane. It looked like you caught him a couple times in the 4th, and then toward the end of the 4th, it looked like you got wobbled a little bit. You came back, looked in your corner, and you came out swinging again. How great does it feel to win?
Justin, how you, bro? It's been 2 years since I talked to you in the cage. I've been dreaming about this shit. How's your career been? Your family good?
It's great, man, but we're here to talk about you, brother.
Born in 1947, 2 years after the end of World War II. Raised in a tenement building in the Bronx, New York City, New York. This fight's dedicated to your favorite tough guy's favorite tough guy. Before there was Davey G from New Jersey, there was Paulie G from the Bronx. This belt's for you, Dad.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner tonight, David Scrappy Doo Goldenberg.
Hey, Justin, you know I'm not getting out of here without this. New Jersey, motherfuckers! Double flex and I'm out of here!
Your new champ cutting a promo in the cage. Goldberg knew exactly what he was going to say after that victory, and the judges were clear about it. They had him winning all 3 rounds, or excuse me, all 4 out of the 5 rounds for 2 of the judges, but just a great job by Goldberg, walking out of here with that strap tonight.
I tell you what, I'm so impressed. That guy has a granite chin. He has dynamite in his hand. I mean, just take a look at these replays up here for our amateur card starting off. Beautiful knockout early in the card. And then the ground and pound here.
As you saw, so many great performances on this card and a little bit of everything. That was maybe my favorite moment right there, where Chris Min got that submission victory on the back. And then there you go, the teep to the face. That's not going to slow down Russo, though. Here he finishes the fight with the ground and pound. Brilliantly done. And then we thought our main event was going to be all about a quick finish, perhaps, because these guys come out, they're both great strikers. But no, we saw a little bit of everything in this fight, but it was 5 minutes of pure action.
Yeah, there's no question of that, man. Look at this big double leg, this slam. That's cemented and sealed in the deal for their new champion, David Goldenberg.
And love to see these guys embracing after the fight after they put on a show like that. Coming to you live from the SAHARA Theatre in Las Vegas. We've got more. It's over on UFC Fight Pass. Our main card is on the way. We'll see you there. Dave Farrell alongside Justin James. And there is plenty more to come from Las Vegas.